Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is chocolate raspberry by Boston's Best. It's pretty good. It doesn't have that intense flavor. I know you guys are sick of hearing me talking about all these chocolate raspberry, but I have 3 of those left. The Barissimo, I'm saving them for I don't know what. Till next year when they come out again, but those are my favorite. I've tried other brands and they're good, but they don't really compare to that. So I've been outside already this morning doing a bunch of things because it's going to be hot again. It's going to be 90, and so I wanted to refill some of my Oyas, the plant nannies that I have. When I was digging through my stuff in the garage, I found some other watering things that I just figured, well, they've been in there for years, and I figured I might as well use them. And then if they don't work to my liking, I'll just throw them out. But I want to try, I want to see, I want to use whatever I can. That's my other mission, is to use up everything that I can. So even though I'm buying new things, but the things I already have, I want to use. So yeah, it's already getting humid out there, and it was garbage day, so they took my very nasty cabinet. Yay, it's gone. It's my reminder of my mouse problem. I cannot believe, one or two mice. If you get a pregnant mouse in your house, that's not a good thing, because then they're very prolific little creatures, even though they are cute, but you can't have them destroying your house. So I tried the tender traps and all that, to be nice, and I took them for a ride and let them loose, and but it just did not work. Sometimes if they get into your stuff, you don't even know they're in there until you happen to go to that area, and then it's like, oh no, they leave their evidence. But sometimes you don't even know they're there until it's kind of on the late side. So cheers. I should be having iced coffee, but I'll just have this. It's very good, and I make it more chocolatey with the chocolate creamer. So I'm hoping to get a few more things accomplished. I want to put all my winter sewing stuff in that empty toolbox. I'll put some tools in there too, in the top part of it, but in the bottom part of it, I want to put all the winter sewing. I'm going to put a bag of soil in there so that everything is ready to go come the end of February, the beginning of March, when I want to put out my winter sewing things. And I do winter sewing in gallon baggies. I did that the one year, and it really turned out well. I had a lot of plants, and I didn't have the mess in the house. So I didn't get rid of every single plant cell things. I kept a very few compared to what I had, because you never know. I might change my mind down the road and say, yeah, this year I want to do a few tomatoes and peppers in the house, because tomatoes and peppers you have to kind of start fairly early in order to get a decent yield. But it's usually too cold to winter sow those. I know people do it, and I might try a few over the winter and see what happens. But I'll tell you, it sure makes hardy plants, because they go through the cycle. the cold and the warm and the cold. So it's like growing things in a greenhouse. You make like, it's almost like little individual greenhouses when you do winter sowing. So, okay, well, I'm going to do my budget book now. So I will meet you over there, and we'll see what I did yesterday with my money. Right, here I am back at the budget book. Yesterday I didn't spend any money, so that's good, but today I did spend some money though, which I'll talk about more tomorrow, but I bought a battery-powered trimmer, like for shrubs. And I spent a little bit more on it because I wanted one with a that you could put a long handle on, because I have 2 arborvitae in the front yard that are tall. And the landscapers, you know, they just do really basic trimming. And I have a couple of the taller arborvitaes that I want to trim. So I've got those, and then I've got a maple tree in the back that's sprouting all kinds of things on the trunk. I want to cut those off. And that invasive shrub that I have that planted itself in my garden. So it'll get a lot of use, but it's not coming until next week, so there's no rush for that. I'll get to that when I can, and hopefully the heat wave will be gone by then. Next week it's supposed to go back into the 80s, which makes me a little happier. It would be even nicer if it was in the upper 70s, but you know, as summer goes along, those days are going to be few and far between. We're going to have 80s and 90s most of the time. So, still buying things that I think that I will need, and so far that's working out pretty well. I still didn't unpack my kitchen island. The first thing I'm going to take out of the box is the countertop to make sure it fits in the area where I want it. So, you know, when you're redesigning and organizing and redoing your house and your garage and your basement, it's going to cost you a little bit of money. Unless you just use, you know, I mean, it doesn't have to. You know, you can use Amazon boxes, or you can, you know, you can make your own containers. But I want it, mine personally, I want it to look aesthetically pleasing. Not that you can't do that with boxes. You can go to Dollar Tree and you can get some contact paper and decorate your boxes. That would look nice. But I have a vision in my head of how I want my things to look. And we're all different, so we're all going to have our own vision, and that's what we should work towards. Our own vision, not what somebody else thinks your vision should be, or, you know, just do your own thing. You do you. Lots of people out there don't like it when you do you. They want you to do them. But a lot of times, you know, just because something works for them and their lifestyle doesn't mean it's going to work for you and your lifestyle. Even if it's not a bad idea, it still might not work for you. You might have a different thought in mind about how you want to do things, and that's what you should do. So, anyway, I need to do my nails. I took all the nail polish off finally this morning. It was like, oh, those are disgusting. So I took all the polish off, and now I have to pick a color. I like to pick different colors. I like the the really darker colors more in the winter and the brighter and lighter summer colors. I just think it's fun. I like to change up my polish colors. So anyway, my plan is to stay home and work on the garage today. The garden probably won't need any water till this evening or tomorrow morning because of that rain that we had. And a lot of my containers, my garden containers, are self-watering. So that's sort of what I'm working towards. I've used almost all my plant nannies now in various hanging baskets and containers, and it's working out very well. So they have two different kinds of plant nannies. They have the kind where you screw on, it comes in two pieces, they're a little smaller, and they have a piece that screws onto a plastic bottle, and I have a lot of those, and those are great for hanging baskets. And then they have some that are a little bigger that I also have for wine bottles, and those work really well. They seem to be keeping it fairly moist. They're not super dry, and the plants seem to be pretty happy. So I know you're not supposed to put fertilizer in with those, but I did the first time that I used them, and the plants seem to be very happy. So I hope it doesn't screw up the little plant nanny oyas, but we'll see. So anyway, that's it for my budget chat for today. How are you guys doing with your budget? Are you not spending? Are you low spending? Or are you just spending and having fun? You know, you have to have fun with your money too. Let me just make a footnote on that. You know, if you enjoy a daily coffee, go have a daily coffee. If you enjoy going out to eat once or twice or 3 times a week, go do that. Go do anything you want with your money, as long as you live within your means and you don't go into debt. Those are the 2 rules that I have. Don't go into debt, enjoy your money, well, there's kind of 3, and live within your means. So if that means that, you know, let's say I like to go out to eat once a week. Okay, I'm not going to go to the high-end restaurant. I'll go to a medium-price restaurant, and I can still enjoy the experience. You know, find your favorite places with your favorite prices, with affordable prices that you can afford, and pick those places and frequent those places. So, same with coffee. You know, I mean, it's up to you. It's your money. But I have to put another footnote. It's a good idea to save some too. So whatever you can save for an emergency or for Christmas money, that's what I'm doing. I've made myself a little fund for birthdays and Christmas. And boy, I'll tell you, that has taken the stress off. The last few years where I was paying off debt, Christmas time was just not fun. And the reason it wasn't fun was because I didn't have much money, and I knew that I love giving gifts, and I knew that I would probably end up going into debt for Christmas, which is really counterproductive when you're trying to pay off your bills. So, but this year, I'm not doing that. And in the future years, I'm hoping I don't need to do that either. Set yourself a limit. Okay, I'm going to save $1,000 for Christmas or $500 for Christmas. And then be consistent every month. Put a little bit of money into that fund. and by Christmas time you'll feel great. And you'll have a little money maybe to spend a little extra on some special food or something. So, okay, anyway, that's what's working for me, and I like to share my ideas of what works for me. And I love it when you share your ideas of what works for you in the comments below. And I know a lot of you read each other's comments, which I think is wonderful. So, let's have a dialogue down there in the comment section. All right, well, I'll be back a little later. I'm still going to relax for a few minutes and drink my coffee and think about what I want to do in the garage today. Nothing heavy. I need a light work day out there today. All right, well, today I'm working on this area, trying to get it cleaned up. I have a little generator there and a bottle of gas, propane. So I'm working on that, and I'm also working on the toolboxes. So, and then I want to put my winter sewing stuff in the red toolbox. So that is my goal for the day. If I get all that done, I'll be happy. All right, well, I got all my winter sewing things in here, so that worked out well. Another box. Okay, well, I got all this cleaned up, and I got this corner cleaned up. So I've made progress today, and I moved my toolbox here. This is a dehumidifier, and my shop vac, I have to put that somewhere. So, and on the other side of this, I put my propane tank and my generator. So it's out of the way, and yep, it's getting there. I'm taking a break. Actually, I think I'm done for the day because it's like everything happens at once all the time. So I got done what I wanted to accomplish today. I got my winter sewing place put together. I cleaned up some more things. I've got a lot of empty boxes. I threw a lot of trash out. So I'm feeling good about the garage, and it works for me. I mean, some people might think, oh, you still got too much stuff, but that's my business. And however I want to do it, however you want to do it, is the way you should do it. So, I do have a lot of stuff. I really do. But I use a lot of stuff. I'm not one that sits around on, on my butt all day. And I just do a lot of things. So I need a lot of things that I use. So anyway, my handyman is coming over with my screen, so that's good. He couldn't fix the fountain. It was just crumbling apart. I told him to throw it away. And my grandson and his friend are supposed to come over very shortly and start my front flower bed. So, and then at 5 o'clock, I'm going to go to Costco with my daughter because I need some dog food and she needs some things. So I'm just going to tag along with her. So I don't know how far the boys will get on my front flower bed, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'm very happy with everything I got accomplished today. And I got a chair set up for me. It's a nice, comfortable rocking chair. I cleaned it real well. So now I can sit out here if I want to. On nice days, there's a breeze going through, but eventually I do want to put my car in here, so there won't be much room to sit. I mean, I have a few places where I could sit down, but So let me show you my flower bed before my grandson gets here, and then we'll take a look and see how it looks, the progress that they're making with that. Well, here's the flower bed, and I want all this, I think it's pronounced unanimous, taken out. It's just too much, and it doesn't look good. I mean, it's like taken over the world here. So I want them to take that out, because I have azaleas back there, and I have hydrangeas, and you can't even see them because there's so much stuff going on here. So, and some of these balloon flowers that planted themselves need to come out. This is a rose of Sharon that planted itself that I don't want there. So, yeah, lots of work to do here in the front flower bed. Lots of weeds. Those need to come out. They need to spray all these for the grass, and hopefully it kills the grass, and I think you have to do a couple of applications. So that needs to be done. And I got weeds growing back there. It's really terrible. So, and all this grass is coming up here. It just comes from the lawn. It just grows in there. And this has a lot of weeds, and another rose of Sharon planted itself there. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that or not, because actually the rose of Sharon, that one planted itself right there. I'm keeping that one. But a lot of these flowers have just planted themselves, and I don't want them where they are. So just basically pulling a lot of weeds and eventually digging up some things. So I hope it's not too much work for the boys. There is a nice breeze going, so, and it's in the shade. So it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. I'll keep an eye on them so they don't get overheated. So, okay, that's my front flower bed, and it's never looked like this before. It just really needs some attention. These are the tall arborvitae that I want to trim with the hedge trimmer. So I want to cut off a good foot and a half of those. They're just getting way too tall. And then I have to trim those bushes. They've been on that porch for years. So I think it'll look really nice once everything gets cleaned up. But that is the main reason I wanted the trimmer on a pole. Right, well, these boys did an excellent job. They really, really did. They planted that little tree for me, pulled all the weeds. It just looks wonderful. So thank goodness. That was a godsend. That's for sure. So this is what the garden looks like now. And they really did a good job. I'm so happy. All right, my friends, I am just so hot and so tired. I'm waiting for my daughter, and we're still going to go do a little trip to Costco, so I want to finish up this video. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. And thanks for watching.